Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It is indeed Alex StarCraft here. I know it's been quite a while before I've casted, or since I've casted these games. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the players, and then I'll tell you guys exactly why I haven't been casting as much recently. First off, these replays are from the recent Red Bull Battlegrounds in Austin, Texas. And we have in the top left-hand corner, it is going to be our red Terran player, Liquid Taeja. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our blue Protoss player, Quantix Sase. Now, the reason I have not been casting as much is just because recently I've started getting into the live streaming. I do some streaming over at rcraftgaming.com. If you guys head over there, you can find all our details. It's essentially King of the Hills for players in Bronze, all the way up to Master League, 6 nights a week. Definitely check that stuff out. If any of you guys see this before, or I should say within the next 4 hours, tune in. rcraftgaming.com/stream. I'll be casting Master League tonight, and it's going to be pretty sweet. And between the release of Diablo, trying to keep up on my laddering, trying to keep up on the insane number of tournaments, starting work for the summer, all that cool stuff, I just have not had a whole lot of time to be doing this casting. But I suddenly got the urge to do one, and so lo and behold, I am back, bringing you guys some more of the top level StarCraft 2 action. Now, of course, Sase, very, very good player, recently has kind of just exploded onto the scene. I shouldn't quite say that. He's always been a very good player, but just in the last month or two, he's all of a sudden decided to show, hey guys, I can run with the best of the best. He is, of course, on Quantic Gaming with Naniwa, who recently made that Code S round of 4 in the GSL. And he does live with Naniwa, trains in Korea, all that cool stuff. So he's been getting very good. And of course, Taeja, one of the, or I should say, the most recent addition to the Team Liquid team. That's a little oxymoronic, but whatever. Most recent addition to the Team Liquid team. He is a Terran player, of course. He is Korean, so he kind of rounds out their Korean lineup. They've got Hero as Protoss, they've got Zenio as Zerg, and they've got now Taeja as the Terran. And of course, Liquid with many other good players, Quantic as well. But we're going to go ahead and see what's happening in the game. As I did say, this was from the Red Bull Battlegrounds, which is best of 3s at this point in the game. And Quantix Sase has seen, yes, his opponent is going for that totally gasless fast expand. He even poked back in and saw the expansion. But in general, when you see the Protoss player as a, or when you see the Terran player as a Protoss, get no gas, your opponent's doing one of two things. Well, 90% of the time, he's going to be 1 racks expanding. The other 9%, 10%, something in that area, he's going to be doing something like a 6 racks, and that's kind of uncommon. And you should definitely be poking with that probe so you can scout fun stuff like that. Now, of course, Sase, not entirely sure why. He scouted his opponent, not opting to go for that 1 gate expand. Actually, yes, he is. I forgot Sase's weird. Okay, you were saying, I was saying he's not going for that 1 gate expand, and I saw that because I saw 2 gases. And many of you guys probably might be thinking the same thing, but Sase loves to do this. You'll note 2 gases. He now has 3 on each, but I promise you guys, for a minute, he only had 2 on each. And this is a build he really likes to do versus Terran. He gets that second gas up pretty early, and he gets a pretty quick warp gate, and he has a bit more gas than if he only had 1 with 3 guys on it, but a bit more minerals than if he had 2 with 3 guys on each one, having those 4 people on gas. So he gets up his expansion a bit sooner, but he also can get up his tech a little bit sooner. And of course, Taeja doing everything totally standard so far, adding on barracks, not yet actually opted to grab any gas. And of course, these barracks automatically say, well, Taeja is probably going to be trying to go for some kind of pretty big barracks timing. The lack of gas, well, that says he's going to be pretty marine heavy. Not too many upgrades. Not going to see medevacs for quite a while, but he is looking mighty healthy in the worker count. 25 compared to 29 out of Sase. Of course, Sase has been doing that constant 1 base chrono boosting of dem workers while teching up. He's adding on 2 more gateways and the robotics facility, the trusty building that every Protoss player loves to use with a fiery passion in their soul. Because, well, Colossus are good, and so are Immortals, and so are War Prisms. And then, of course, you often have to make that tech switch, but here we go. Taeja looking to do some work with these Marines. Quantix Sase, we see doing as much work as he can with that Stalker, but no kills. Weakens a few, but that's a lot of Marines. About 8 of them more rallying across the map constantly, and this is what Taeja is, as I was saying, going to do. He's going to hit a whole bunch of Marines, just try and put on a little pressure. scare his opponent into maybe making more units. And he's just going to go ahead, he's going to pull back, not really looking to do any damage there. And of course, if he had committed, Sase could have gotten a pretty good force field off. These Stalkers would do so much work to those Marines. These sentries, he could hopefully have them survive. He does have 4, 2 of which with nearing 3 force fields worth of energy. So looking pretty good for Sase here. Actually grabbing a pretty quick Twilight Council as well. So we're going to have to see, is he going to go pretty quick charge, blink? Is he going to commit for that Colossus tech, or is he just getting the obs tech switching? Oh, we'll see, but Taeja is going ahead. He's grabbing that factory just now, has that 3rd gas up and running, which is typical. You don't really need a 4th gas as Terran until you're really saturated on your 2 bases. Otherwise, you'll just be floating. You see his macro doing very, very well here, keeping constantly under 300 of each resource. He's +1, about halfway finished. And Sase is going for that charge. No forge yet for him. Probably going to send out this observer pretty soon. Now, of course, be good for him. Has a good number of geysers mining, and by good number, I mean all 4. He actually does have 2 observers. He's 1 headed out already. Another in his base that he could use to patrol for drops. You'll see a lot of Protoss players will patrol an observer here or somewhere over here. They like to put a pylon right there to spot for things. Just cool little things like that to avoid them getting hurt. Taeja, he's going to go ahead. He's sending out an SCV scouting for a 3rd. Very standard. You always want to look around this time for your opponent. If you are playing against a Protoss or Terran player, as a Zerg player, if they don't have a 3rd yet, you've probably won the game, or you've like traded bases and something really weird is going on. But that's just generally how it works. And of course, we see Taeja grabbing that factory, grabbing that Starkport reactor on the factory to get those medevacs producing as soon as plausible. Forge going up for Sase. Templar Archives going up for Sase. Hero SCV gets into the base of Sase. He's going to scout all of these gateways. He's probably clicked on the Forge. I don't know, did he see the Templar Archives? No, did he not? Oh, yes, he did. He probably clicked on that. So he probably knows that there is a transition coming. So he's not going to produce too many Vikings, if any at all. Sase's actually not gotten a single Colossus. So actually, I was... I should say kind of correct in speculating that Sase was going to use it primarily for something like observers, not go too much for Colossus, because of course the Twilight Council is part of that tech path up towards those Templar, but he's also going to get a Warp Prism, going to harass with Dem Zealots, and of course get the multiple observers. He will spot this army moving out. He's going to click it. He sees it. He's like, okay, he's probably clicking on the units. He did see a blue click on that Marauder. He says, okay, he has +1 attack. He's probably going to hit me with Stim. Going to have concussive shells. And he's going to have 2 medevacs, the most important unit in the Terran arsenal against a Protoss player. And here we go. We might have an engagement. Charge is finished. Is +1 finished for Sase? No, it's not. He's got it about... well, 10/16 or 5/8 of the way done. If he chrono boosts that, he could be in okay shape. Taeja wants to engage, snipe a 3rd that is sadly not there, but Quantic Sase is going to engage. Do great. Force field is going down. Oh my god. The Zealots right on top of Taeja's army. The Archon doing a lot of damage with the splash, but all the Zealots have died now. Does Sase have enough? You see this Guardian Shield doing so much to mitigate the damage of those Marines, and oh my god. Sase with the beautiful hold cleans up everything. Gonna get a medevac as well. And my goodness, at the same time, oh my god, I can't believe I did not notice this for you guys. Zealots have been warped in. Zealots have been going all over the place, and because of their charge, they are ripping apart Taeja's base right here. He has no more SCVs in the main. He pulled them already. High Templar being warped in. They do not yet have Storm, but they can be an Archon someday. And oh my god, I think Sase just won the game. We're going to go ahead. We will rewind to see exactly what happened there, but you see Sase. There's a factory scouting him, but he says, you know, I don't even care. I'm going to grab my 3rd. I'm going to grab my Templar Archives, and then Taeja throws out the GG. So I'm really sorry for not noticing that, you guys. I was focused on how legit the engagement at the bottom was and how wonderful those first fields were for Sase. And so it seems like really everything just went well in this game for Sase here. Okay, so you see he's over here dropping and warping in, and that is why, if we take a look at Taeja's vision really quickly, is he looking at the army? Well, he is looking at the army. All the force fields goes up, and he just goes like, okay, screw it. I cannot save that army right there. But we see Taeja's now trying to hold off, what is this, 8 Zealots in his base with charge. They're devastating his production line. The SCVs are going to start getting hurt in a second. 4 more Zealots being warped in. Sase knows he's got this. He doesn't even have to retreat. He can kill Marines with Sentries and Immortals. And now, oh my god, see, the Zealots are right on top of those SCVs. And watch that worker killed count skyrocket. And there was no way Taeja really could have come back from this. So I think that's about it, guys. These Zealots really sealed the deal for Sase after those wonderful force fields down there. So Sase is now up 1-0. Is he going to be able to close out the series really quickly against Taeja? Or is he going to continue into a third game? We'll see in just a second.